Yeah, making a video. Yes, the sun is out. Horrific rain. More coming, but whatever. It's wet everywhere. Horrible, horrible, blah, blah, blah. Reminds me, turn the pump on. Any bears down there? No. Just 3 feet of water. Oh, fuck. Gotta do something to control this water problem. Hey, no, nothing. Thought it might have been something interesting floating in the water. Anyway, oh, sorry. Totally unnecessary interruption to the video performance. So economy stuff, I think. There's so many. I mean, it's like you're just talking to brick walls. People just make such stupid comments. And so I guess I'll do a comment video. You know, just all general comments on all the videos, because they're all stupid. But anyway, so the economy thing, there's just these basic things. You know, they're all making a big deal out of this Picardie guy, this French guy, because he figured out somehow the rich are getting richer. I'm like, what? Wow, that's a seminal work. Gee, nobody could figure that out, especially after they cut capital gains taxes in half and are, you know, taxing working income at twice the rate they're taxing, you know, investment income. Seems kind of obvious what's going to happen. You're subsidizing a certain kind of thing, basically, and yes, you get more of what you subsidize. Kind of obvious. All right, so these are just, you know, basic truths here. You just can't get around this stuff. And there's this idea that you can't really spend money except on work. That's what money buys, is work. The cost of the house is the work. The work to cut the trees down, the work to make the plumbing, the electrical wires, all the materials, and the work for the guys to put all those materials together. That's all it is. It's work. It's labor. Labor's the only thing you can buy with money. It really is. There's nothing else you can buy with with money, except something connected to the value of the labor required to produce the thing. So anyway, you know, to have it. And the fundamental truth of what we're trying to strive for, Toad, hopping across the path. Toad. Yeah, let's not bother him. Anyway, is to maximize the efficiency of that labor, right? So there's there's two kinds of labor. It should be obvious to people. There's wasted, pointless labor, like somebody could hire me for $30,000 a year to jump on 1 foot in their living room. It could happen, all right? And and then you have somebody else could be getting $30,000 a year being a whatever cable TV technician thingy or whatever, the guy who installs your cable. And one is doing incredibly productive work in the sense that the end result is this stuff is in your house, it works, it provides you the internet, which allows you to enhance your productivity and blah 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 and all this stuff. So it's all good. The other is just wasted breath, right? Just me wasting my breath hopping on 1 foot when I could be on the computer doing something productive, or I could be installing cable, or I could be doing something else for my survival money, something socially useful, and that's just the truth of it. I mean, this is, yeah, this is my path. I gotta make a new path. Obviously, stream bed for path is just not gonna work out in the long run. I end up all rooty and, trip over it. And besides the fact that who wants to walk in the water? I would prefer not to. So obviously the stream is going to be not very good for passing. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll have the day off. Well, the afternoon off. The part of the day devoted to this project that I'm heading for off. Yeah, that's it. Probably forgetting something. I often do that. Tools. What tools do I need? Well, too late. I ain't going back. Water. Ow. didn't get a whole splinter, but I got a partial one. Anyway, this is really very little efficiency or productivity in having me on Earth. So I'm really not made for this crap. I'm not designed to function in this sloppiness. Anyway, in other news, back to the subject. Yeah, that's a good one. Back to the subject. So this is just an obvious truth that we can invest in work that's really productive, like we could hire technicians to figure out how to do something, scientists to cure a disease or whatever, or we can invest in work that's frivolous, stupid, wasteful, nonsensical, idiotic, socially useless, has no long-term benefit. It just feeds an addiction, just creates addiction. You could put sports and all kinds of silly stuff in that category. Lotteries, no social productivity to lotteries. I mean, the damage done is far greater than any joy people get in anticipating their the big moment when they're going to read the numbers and they're going to pretend they're magical people and they're going to win the 6 million to 1 thing. Because they're special and the forces of the universe know it, and they're going to make them win somehow. It'll happen. Anyway, damn it. And still continuing on the subject. No, that didn't go very well. Yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, I'm just the point of this video is just to point out that there's these really simple things. These are simple rules. And so if you understand that there's 2 kinds of labor, then you might understand that there's 2 kinds of investment. You know, that there's investments that are socially productive and investments that are socially corrosive, destructive, poisonous, disgusting, idiotic, useless, fucktarded. And guess which one the venture capitalist is going to migrate to? Yeah, he's going to migrate to the ripoff, to the crap, to the high profit, you know, low productivity racket. And that's all it is. They want money for nothing, and they're chicks for free. You know, this is the psychology that we're letting control investment in our civilization. They're defining our civilization. That's why we don't have the Olympics of scientific achievement. We really don't. We have Nobel Prizes, which is good, but it's really not an Olympics. You know, by any standard. And it certainly gives scientists some incentive probably, but they probably need a little bit more, you know, than you know, like an American Idol where your odds aren't as dismal as your odds are of getting a Nobel Prize. Oh man, do I want to forge that? Yeah, I don't know. That looks kinda like it'll just knock you right over. Kinda. I could just sit here for a while and wait, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, it's rather. That's a substantial amount of water. I mean, it's been higher when I've crossed it, but it doesn't seem like it was this vicious. I mean, this is kind of vicious looking. Yeah, I mean, if it knocks you down, there's all kinds of rocks and shit. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Not today. Fuck that. I guess I could go across some rocky area up here, but then I have to leave my shoes on. There's no way I could do that barefoot. And now I just get my shoes all wet. I don't want to do that. Decisions. You know, there's lots of rocks to slip on. You know. That's probably not a good idea. Alright, sorry, this isn't part of the video. I guess I have to quit doing that. Quit personalizing my adventures in video making them. So maybe I'll try it tonight. That's what I did. Try it tonight. Give it a few hours. A couple. Some number of hours. Alright. Anyway, do I have anything else? I mean, I could just go through itemize the things that are, these are just facts. Facts are, there's two kinds of work. Fact is, good, socially productive, socially useless. There's two kinds of, what's the other thing I was talking about? Yeah, I forgot already. It's so hard. Oh yeah, labor is intrinsically what you're buying. Fundamentally, all value is in the commodity of labor. It is the standard, so to speak, that all value cashes out to. You buy labor with money. That's its destination, is the creation of labor, work. That's fundamental. And where this incentive thing is not that complicated. I mean, it's almost going back to the lottery thing. You don't need lotteries to incentivize people to do the right thing or to live within a means. You just have to, have something reasonable. So, I mean, if I said the lowest salary you could get was $30,000 and the highest salary you could get was $300,000, there's plenty of room in there for incentives to do better, to learn a new skill, to elevate your position. And we don't need billion-dollar pet rock payoffs. And that's what the payoffs are always on, is crap, pet rocks, Rubik's cubes, gimmicks, toys, nonsense, that have no competitive, they're copywritten, and the inventor, the innovator, has a right to price exploit, for 10 years at minimum, and often 30 or 50, and that's just so destructive to have all that, have those resources locked up for such a long period of time. And all the, these fantasy characters of human, innovation and productivity, the Gateses and the Jobs and the rest of these people, they were obstacles to innovation. They hired it done. The people who really did the inventing probably got some nice bonus, but nothing close to the fabulous fortune for their vital innovations and invention. They were just used by the capitalist, and they just took advantage of a closed market and extorted a price. In that sense, frankly, it's just obviously not the best way to engineer engineering. To engineer how we get people to do more engineering. It's just totally, all the incentives are all negative incentives rather than positive incentives. It's not likely to be productive work that gets done for profit. The good work is, generally speaking, going to have to be done at cost, like curing diseases. If you're going to try to make money curing diseases, you not only suck as a human being, but it's in the very nature of it that, you know, there's a desperate need, and it would be cruel to be profiteering, you know, off of that need just because you can. It's insidiously evil. Yeah, and that's all it is. It's anti-civil behavior. So I'm just saying, these are just basic concepts. This is just not complicated. You know, I think as a collective of people, we can figure out that there's better things to invest in than advertising models. Yeah, you know, trying to figure out what's the sneakiest way to shove ads in front of people. That's really not where we should be spending our capital. That maybe all of us could agree that we really don't give a rat's ass what color you paint the can that the food is in. That we really just care about the quality of the food in the can. I think we could all rationally say, yeah, let's invest in the contents of the can, not the package of the can. I think we can. You know, but people are just such whores for the lottery. Why? I don't. They think they're 1 in a billion, I guess. They think they're someday going to be a billionaire. And I don't know what they're going to do with their billions, but no doubt it'll be something preposterously stupid. Because that's the tendency. Anyway. So, this is very disappointing. Now, this water should not be doing that. Yeah, that's a sign of dysfunction. Yeah, it's not a major dysfunction, though. Pipe's got a hole in it. Anyway. Ah, did it again. Now the grass is long and the grass is wet. That ain't gonna work. But maybe by Sunday things will be dry enough. Shit. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it was a nice little walk, I suppose. I mean, it's nice that the sun's popping out now and then. Yeah. I gotta cut this thing. It just isn't holding up to the weather. I cut off some of the other branches, and apparently that branch was leaning on that other branch, so everything got kind of droopy. It really was a hard rain. Yeah, crushed my amaryllis. Tomatoes almost survived. Yeah. Yeah, this amaryllis was doing so well. It's really quite beautiful and spectacular. And, you know, it fell over, so I had to lean it up against something. This one's gonna have 4 blossoms. And I could just save that video and then put my video next to it. That would be very charming, maybe. Maybe someday I'll do something like that again. But whatever. Enough of a video. Sorry for the extra, whatever this sloppy extra bits are. I guess I could show you my one. I finally got a petunia. It actually flowered. Yeah, that's cool. So I got a zillion of them. I'm just curious to see what they'll be, you know, what they'll look like. Because it's kind of random with those, in the sense that you don't know what you seeded. It's this netting everywhere. I have to always watch where I'm stepping. Yeah. So there's my first petunia. Kind of a dull color, unfortunately. Yeah, if you like magenta, yeah, you win. It's kind of a small flower, but they're often small to start with. Yeah, see, no rain on that shelf, which is kind of interesting. So I gotta water that stuff. I gotta do that now. But other places, there's lots of water. I gotta poke a hole in this one. Yeah. Needs a hole poked. And wiped out. A couple of my zinnias got wiped out, but yeah. more sun, then things will be okay. Hey, girl cat. What are you doing over here? You're gonna get yourself in trouble. You know he doesn't like you. Yeah. Anyway, these don't really get water either. So anyway, I got another one coming there, but no flower yet. Anyway, so yeah. See, it's kind of like the lottery, right? You're saying if you're gonna win. Yeah, will it be a flower on the flower? Ooh, will it be a lovely flower? Full of anticipation. But I know that's just psychology, and I wouldn't write it into social law. We really should be able to write our laws better than we are. And that's, I guess that's the fundamental theme here, is that we ought to be able to rationally know that our psychology is kind of nasty, and that we really should write law that's better than our psychology. Yeah.